Jessica Fry, welcome to the Sunday Afternoon Smokes Lounge.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I'm looking forward to this conversation because what you're doing is wildly unique.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, there cannot be a bazillion of these places in the United States, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I think there are a lot of equine therapy centers. I don't think there are a lot that do it in the way we do it.
okay.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
It's okay.
We're
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. All right. So before we find out, you don't really smoke cigars,
No.
but you're down to party for the day.
I like I was saying earlier, I like to lean in. So
Yeah.
if this is a smoke show, by God, I'm smoking.
Well, it is Sunday Afternoon Smokes. That's the name of the show. Big neon sign right
Yeah,
there.
I
It
can
says
see it.
Sunday Afternoon Smokes. So you've got a mild cigar. It's a Davidoff Signature
Okay.
2000. I'm going to smoke one of a boutique brand out of the Dominican Republic named Artista. This is their, it's just a cheroot. It's a rough hand-rolled cigar. It's called Made to be Fugly.
Okay.
It's not pretending to be anything.
Okay. I was going to call hand rolled just by looking at it.
Yeah, it is. Well, so is that.
Oh.
You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is hand rolled. There are machine rolled cigars.
Okay.
But that's not anything that I bring in here.
Okay.
That's not anything that I carry in the cigar box whenever I do an event.
Okay.
I don't, because machine rolls are not considered premium,
Okay.
right? So I only carry, like, we can dive into the world of cigars here, but I only carry premium cigars, which means it's hand rolled and it uses long filler.
Okay.
Meaning, everything that is in the center of this cigar is a full leaf.
Oh.
It might not be the entire leaf because they've cut it to size.
Sure.
But it's not just like
It's not chopped.
It's not chopped. That is in the industry known as like a Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
They take all the little bits and pieces and will make another cigar out of it. That's not considered premium. And sometimes even they will have just like broken leaves, so you can have like short filler. It's not like the chopped tiny pieces, and so they'll have like what they call medium filler. And a lot of the times those are fine. But I don't carry that. I carry premium hand-rolled long filler cigar. And my deal is that if you're having a function, whether it's a wedding or a gala or a whatever, like I just like tell people, like, you're not throwing a second-rate party, so I'm not bringing second-rate cigars.
That's exactly right. This is a first-rate day.
Yeah.
We're going to get first-rate cigars.
Bingo. So you've got a hand-rolled there. Mine is hand-rolled. It's just it's not as pretty.
It's just a fugly one.
Yeah, this looks like me. That looks like you. And, it's
I love it.
it suits the occasion. So go ahead.
Okay.
I've got you what's called a guillotine cutter.
Okay.
And have you ever cut a cigar?
I mean, maybe for my dad or my husband once. I don't know.
So really, you basically just need to shave the very end of it.
Okay. So it opens.
There it is. Other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like this?
Yeah. See, because this is the side that's the side you're gonna light.
Oh,
We got.
I'm a beginner.
It's totally fine. Everybody starts somewhere. That'd be like if I walked into your barn and tried to get on a horse.
That's
like,
right.
And that's
wrong
not how you're
side.
supposed to do it. Yeah. You don't climb on from the head and the back, So yeah, really you want to just shave it. You're just opening
Do I
up
do
an
it
airway.
over this?
That's fine. If you want to do it in your lab, I'll vacuum it later. Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I did it.
There
Look at
you
me.
go.
Okay.
There you go. Yep.
All right, cool.
And
Cool.
I've got long stem matches
Okay.
because it's just more classy than a torch lighter.
Oh, I love matches. Matches are my favorite.
Yeah, I like matches, and and just for the room here and the aesthetic and whatever, it just like
Yeah.
it had to be long stem
Right.
matches.
And the feel of doing a thing, like taking your time to do it, that's matches. You can't have a lighter to do that.
No.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, now what?
Well, I tell you what, let me light my cigar.
Okay.
And while I light my cigar, I want you to just introduce yourself. Let
Okay.
us know who you are, what you do, say as much or as little about yourself as you like.
Okay.
And then once you do that and mine's going, then I'll coach you through
Okay.
lighting your cigar.
Education will
there
start.
you go.
Okay. My name's Jessica Fry. I am the founder and executive director of Wild Hearts Equine Therapy Center. I'm also a wife and a mom to 3 boys. And gosh, I don't know. It's hard to say a lot about yourself when you're kind of put on the spot about it. I think that's it for now. How about that?
That works. Like I tell people, say as much or as little about yourself as you like.
Yeah.
You said little, and that's all.
I said little.
And we're going to take a quick time out because
Okay.
I didn't turn on the exhaust fan.
Oh, we about to get smoked out.
Yeah, my wife would not appreciate that. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Ventilation's on. I'm not going to be in trouble with the wife. We're not going to have a fog of smoke in here. My cigar is lit. And so really what you want to do, you just go ahead and light your match. And you basically want to puff the cigar while you've got the flame
Okay.
at the end.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Love it. And keep going. Long and slow on the drag. There you go. A little bit more. Man, we're doing cool stuff on Sunday afternoon smokes up in here, man. Yep. A little more. There we go. There we go. Whatever works, man. Whatever gets it done.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
You don't inhale these, right?
No.
Okay, I got to not do that.
I saw that. I saw that. It's totally fine. You do whatever you want. It's a free country.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Until I'm like, can I go throw up in your bathroom?
Yeah. Well, please not on the carpet.
Right,
You know,
promise.
we'll make it to the
I
back.
promise.
So, and I will also tell you this, please smoke your cigar, even if you have to stop mid-sentence,
Sure.
because it will go out if you
Okay.
don't pay it attention.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
so don't be afraid to do that.
Okay.
But so you don't, cigar smoking is not part of your life ever.
No, it's not.
Well, I appreciate you joining in today.
I'm happy to do it, dude. I mean, seriously, it's fun to try new things, even if it is smoking a cigar. And I love that you know so much about them. And so then it makes it a little bit more exciting that now I know about my cigar. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, great. And like I told you before the show, cigars and coffee are an excellent going. And so you've got Blackwater Roasters Coffee there. I've talked about them ad nauseum on my show. Good friends of mine in Seneca roasting coffee locally.
It's delicious. That's where I'm at, Seneca.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Do you know of them?
I don't think I do.
They are on the bypass, like on, 123, right? There's, if you're headed down 123 towards Clemson.
Yep.
There's like the Starbucks,
Yep.
and there's I think the Waffle House, and then there's the Waffle House and Starbucks. But right after Starbucks, on if you're headed toward Clemson, what would be on the left hand side, directly across the street from that Wendy's,
Yes.
Blackwater Roasters Coffee.
Okay.
Right
I'm going to
there.
see you guys there soon.
But you need to
Yeah,
get,
I'm
over
gonna go.
there. I love it.
That's great coffee.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
coffee.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's their black spruce, so that's an Indonesian
No, it's very
coffee.
good.
Yeah. And that's not, it doesn't really matter. My view on a lot of things is if you like it, do it.
Sure. Yep.
I would not necessarily pair that coffee with that cigar. That is a bold coffee. That's a mild cigar.
Okay. We should have gone bold and bold. Is that how that goes usually?
Well, like I said, if it makes you happy, do it.
Right.
Conventional wisdom, though, is basically I don't want my coffee so strong it's going to overpower my cigar and I can't taste it.
I see.
Or I want my cigar so strong it's going to overpower my whatever.
Okay.
But you can mix and match and play around.
Well,
and
For all the purists out there, I did put milk and honey in my coffee, so it milded it out a little bit. So now I think maybe we're okay.
I don't know that I've ever met anybody that put honey in their coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's fine.
It's delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah, you guys are missing out.
Raw sugar.
Oh, God. Honey or maple syrup, man, that's the way to go.
When did that start?
I went to Vermont,
Bunch of people drilling trees, making Vermont syrup.
I got obsessed.
They just walk outside with their cup of coffee and hold it up to the drip by the tree.
That's literally what it felt like. And I was like, I love maple syrup so much. And so that's what I started doing. And if I can't get maple syrup, I'll do honey. So
okay,
here I am.
There you are. Are you familiar with Paul's Family Farms? Have you ever heard of them?
I don't think so. So many things.
I know so many people.
I'm a prisoner of my farm. I can't leave. And so I don't really get to, adventure out and meet all these other places and people.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I've met one of the guys that does a lot of Paul's Family Farm syrup around here. I think I don't know if it's Pennsylvania. Don't quote me. But I want to have them on the show.
Okay.
But yeah, they legit maple syrup.
Okay. I want to know them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a silly question, kind of. So
no silly question. Silly people.
It's about, okay, well, I'm definitely a silly person. So if I'm smoking this cigar, but I'm not inhaling, how do you not inhale it? You just hold it. You're like, you just don't inhale it. Yeah. All right. Let me keep trying. I'll keep working.
So are you a former cigarette smoker?
A long time ago. Yeah.
A lot of cigarette smokers are that way.
I really can't figure it out.
You just put it in your mouth and hold it there. Because cigars are about flavor. You know what I mean? You can do that. Yes. Cigars are about flavor. They're not about the nicotine. You're going to get the nicotine naturally because it's a naturally occurring substance in tobacco.
Okay, I'm tasting a thing now.
Yeah, especially if you retrohale, you'll get a lot more flavor.
Okay. And it doesn't taste bad. It actually tastes pretty good. Kind of oaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, okay, all right. I'm going to keep practicing. While we're doing this, I'm going to practice my cigar smoking.
Yeah. So how did you wind up, what was the impetus to put maple syrup or honey in your coffee? Let's go back. I want to go back there.
They didn't have any sugar.
Did you say that?
No.
Okay, so they didn't have any sugar where you were.
No, and they love maple syrup. They're from Vermont, so they live in Vermont, and they love maple syrup. And so they had a ton of maple syrup, and it was from, the local co-op, Vermont. And so it was just fantastic. And I was wondering where it had been my whole life, and now I won't go back. It's maple syrup and honey all the way.
So maple syrup's your first option.
Yes.
If that's not available, then we'll go for honey.
Go for honey. Yeah, for sure.
So honey is very sweet. Mm-hmm. Maple syrup is very sweet. What's the difference between the two when you put them in coffee? What does it do? What does it bring out?
Maple syrup is sweeter.
Okay.
So you got to be really careful about how much you put in there. But there's also a different flavor that I really like a caramely flavor. And it depends on the honey, where you get the honey, what goes in there. But I only kind of like you and your cigars. I want a good quality local honey.
You mean you don't just go buy the plastic bear from Walmart?
No, I do not. No plastic bears from Walmart. But yeah, so I like the maple syrup better, but the honey will do.
Well, it just seems though, if you were super nerdy and wanted to experiment with that, the world of honey would offer you, I feel much more variety than
the maple syrup?
Yeah.
I don't know, because when I was in Vermont, there's so many different grades, and there's dark amber, and then there's bold. There's a lot of different syrups.
It is, but we have, when it comes to honey, you can have all these honeybees, but these were taken from lavender.
I know.
And these were taken from this flower.
Yeah, and this is a cedar tree, and yada.
Yeah, it just gets to be bananas.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know that we have all that with maple syrup. I think that you're right.
Yeah.
There's probably more availability in the honey. Maybe I'll look into that more.
Probably not. But yeah.
We'll see.
I love that you have enough things to do in all your spare time.
Yeah.
See, I'll pit maple syrup and honey together and see how much I can come up with for coffee. So where do you get your coffee? It's if you're not going to Blackwater roasters as a good God-fearing American should.
Yes, which I'm going to start.
Look, what kind of coffee do you drink?
Pisgah. Pisgah has the low acid, and my husband needs the low acid for his tummy. So we do the Pisgah coffee because it's like a low acid whole bean coffee.
You can get like your own little stash, though.
Yeah, I could. And he'll drink it.
I like it. It's no offense to Pisgah. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, they're great. But Blackwater's local. I'm excited. And maybe I did know about it and I forgot. I don't know if I did. Sorry, Blackwater. I'm excited to go back and try it.
I would feel like you would remember that.
I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine, but they're great. But so low acid coffee for the husband.
Yeah.
And so what kind of coffee do you like? Are you
I like dark.
You're a bold roast?
Yeah,
That's
I like
what the black spruce is you're drinking.
Yeah,
right?
No, I love it. Or I like an espresso. I spent a lot of time overseas, so I really like a dark espresso, get it down and you're time to go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I've had Blackwater on the show, and one of the things I learned from them, espresso is in the American mind, of course, known for being bold.
Yeah.
But espresso is not a roast.
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay.
It's not.
So you're down with the lingo.
No,
yeah. It's
agreed.
a method of brewing.
Yes, exactly.
And so, just because you have an espresso doesn't mean it has to be.
No, it could be a light roast.
Yes, it can.
Which means it has even more caffeine.
Yes, it does.
It's my favorite.
I feel like it has less flavor, though.
Yeah, it does have less flavor, but sometimes you just need to, get in there and get it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get to the point.
Just a little
you need to get going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're a bold coffee drinker. You're a new cigar smoker.
Yeah. I think I let it go out though. Let me see.
Yeah, you're out. So what I would do is I would kind of ash the cigar. I would just kind of roll it a little bit and then knock that ash off. If you want a torch lighter, I can get you one instead of burning through a bunch of matches.
I'm doing this. Oh, unless you don't want me to burn through your matches.
Yeah, you can. Whatever. It's an option. It's an option. So you're a bold coffee drinker, new cigar smoker. You're a Vermont honey / maple syrup in the coffee. You, you're good. I mean, you're.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I'll just keep trying.
Yeah. You don't have to blow it out. Just get the cigar lit and keep your match handy. If you need it, long and slow drags. You really want to pull that fire in there and get the tobacco and get it lit. And I mean, because people probably not in the cigar world, and I don't know how many people that actually smoke cigars spend their time thinking about this, but you're basically maintaining a small fire.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
yes,
a fire needs 3 things. Everybody knows this.
I gotcha.
It needs a fuel source, it needs heat, and it needs oxygen.
Yes.
So if I don't provide oxygen to this little cherry in here by smoking it, it's going to go out.
Okay. I'm on it. I got a job.
You're on it. So, all right, let's get into Wild Hearts Equine Therapy.
Okay.
What is that?
So, what is equine therapy? Yeah? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, wherever you want to start it.
Okay.
Because we're going to get to what is Wild Hearts.
Okay.
We're going to talk about equine therapy. Obviously, they go together. It's what you do. So, however you want to start this thing is.
Okay. All right. I guess a toe dip into equine therapy is it's about co-regulation and connection. And we partner with horses in order to help that happen. That's a toe dip. That's it.
Okay. Co-regulation of what? And for whom?
Co-regulation of nervous systems. I'm going to say that most of the time it is benefiting the human. But what we're trying to do at Wild Hearts is have it also benefit our horses so that it's more of a symbiotic relationship. That's really important to us. It involves a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of education, a lot of training, and a lot of time. But in the end, it is just about partnership and connection.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to smoke.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I might need constant reminders. No, I'm going to do
There's a
this.
little
I got
flashing
this.
sign behind
I know.
my head.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke.
So when it comes to equine therapy, I'm sure there's therapies there of all kinds. Or what are we in the world of equine therapy?
Okay.
Right. Give me the broad view.
Most people, if we say equine therapy, what people think is there is a horse and there is a rider on the horse and there is a sidewalker on one side and a sidewalker on the other side helping the person stay on. And then there's person leading the horse. So for a lot of people, it might look like a pony ride. That would be what people see. But there's a lot happening there if we're helping our horses stay present and connected in the situation that we're in.
Okay. And we do this because why? Like I'm in a world I have no idea what's going on. So I'm just trying to.
No, I love it. And I love it when I have questions that really help me think about like, why do we do this thing and why is it important and how does it feel? So it's awesome. Horses. So there's some science. I could talk a little bit about the science if you want. And let me, little fine print. I am not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. There are not letters after my name. I have a degree in nursing. That is, and I've never used it. I mean, that is what the letters after my name would say. I'm a horse trainer. That's what I do. But when you put a person and a horse together and you help that horse feel safe in everything that you do, so that could have started years ago, then horses' nervous systems are regulated to stay calm because they're prey animals. So kerfluffles and feeling big and running and doing, that's not their go-to. Their go-to is quiet because they don't want to get eaten. In their instinctual brain, they don't want to get eaten. So we've got these horses that are well-regulated, low heart rates. Their heart rates are between 24 and 44 beats a minute naturally.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty, because they're
huge.
Their hearts are huge, right? And their hearts are really big. Their breath is between 12 and 22 per minute. So it's nice and slow, nice and quiet. And when we put those things together, then horses are going to help humans lower their heart rates, lower their breathing, and start to sink. Now, we're not getting to 24 to 44 beats per minute. We don't want to. That's too low.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not going to be good. But we want to slow down. A lot of people that have been in trauma or anxiety, so just everybody, our heart rates are between 80 and 120 naturally. That's not where they should be either. So if we're hanging out with a horse and we're doing that consistently, they're going to start to lower. And when our heart rate starts to lower, other good things start to happen. And now we've got dopamine and we've got serotonin and we've got oxytocin and we've got all these things going on in our body that are setting us up to build new neuro pathways that will help us instead of the coping skills or the things that we've been doing in our pattern. And the reason horses are so good at it is, number one, they're prey animals. So like I was saying, they want to stay quiet and calm. That is their go-to, is quiet and calm and slow. But also their electromagnetic field, which we all have. Like you and I are sharing our electromagnetic field right now.
Oh, we're sharing it.
For sure. I'm a little excited. You're a little excited. It's just, okay, we're doing this thing together.
Yeah.
If I had come in here and it's fine. This is great. Thanks for having me. This is I
don't think you're ever that way.
No, I'm really not.
After meeting you for 20 minutes, I'm like, no.
I'm really not. It's not my thing. I like to, I'm a little bubbly. But you might be like, oh, your nervous system might come down a little bit, like, oh, but then it also might try to bring me up and to your level. That's just what nervous systems do. We're not really in control of that. That's just what we do as a species. That's what all species do. Mammals, I don't know what an iguana's doing, but I mean, that's,
You just hang out on the palm.
I don't feel like he cares, but you never know.
He's a cold-blooded reptile.
Yeah. He's cold-blooded. He don't care.
Yeah.
But so that's really what equine therapy is in the way we do it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a partnership of nervous systems, and how can we continue to feel regulation and let all of that other, can I cuss on here? Okay. Let all of that other shit go so that we have this like nice feeling of homeostasis and we can deal with stuff that comes our way. Because, I mean, stuff's always going to come our way. We need to be able to deal with it. We've got to build the coping skills and the neuro pathways in order for us to do that. And horses help us.
Yeah. So, who is equine therapy for?
Everybody. Seriously, everybody. I mean, when people ask me like, oh, what age group? 4 to 105. And 4 only because our insurance says we can't have anyone younger than 4. I mean, it would be great to actually start as a 2-year-old or an 18-month-old if you've got some challenges with speech or you have some challenges with mobility or you need to learn how to walk. I mean, horses help with all that.
You met my wife before.
Yeah, Jennifer. She's great.
And I shared with you weeks ago about her situation.
Yeah.
But you were able to witness firsthand her difficulty with talking.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering how in the world a horse is going to help my wife talk.
Right. And I would love to tell you, oh, I know how, and let me share with you how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen for everybody. It's not. But I will say that we have had mainly children come in that do not speak, whether they have selective mutism or they've got some pathways in their brains that just got crossed for whatever reason, and they just can't find the words that they need. And all of a sudden, when they're on a horse, they're talking. There is something, and I don't know the full science behind it. So if there's any science geeks out there and they're listening and they're like, oh, that's not right. Well, you're probably right. It's not right. But this is my knowledge of it, is when we have that movement so we're riding a horse and their movement and our movement in the walk is the same. So their hind legs, their hips move just like ours do in the walk. So we're sitting on this horse, not having to think about walking. We've got someone leading, and maybe we've got someone asking us a question. So we're using a different part of our brain that is similar to if we're walking along with a friend, but we're not thinking about any of the things. The movement is there. So it's passive, and it helps the brain retrack, rewire, move around, do what it needs to do in order to get the words out. And I've seen it happen time and time again. I would love to speak to somebody that says, I know exactly why that happens and I can tell you how to get it done more. I would love to meet that person. I don't know it.
Yeah.
But I can speak to my experience that it happens, and it happens all the time.
It's very interesting. Well, there's a certain cadence to what we do and how you move and how you think. And one of my old college professors, who was known for having memorized massive portions of scripture.
Wild.
And he said one of the ways I do it is to movement.
Yeah.
He said because there's a natural rhythm to walking, and even in some regards to speaking. And so you think of these verses and you put them in a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of feeds into what you're talking about.
I feel like it's a similar thing.
So you've got people coming to Wild Hearts for all kinds of reasons.
I mean, if you can think of it, we probably have someone who's either there now getting support or who has been there in the past.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of the reason, it's probably there.
But like you said, it's for everybody. So it's not necessarily, like my wife would be a great candidate
Absolutely.
for any number of things out there.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't necessarily have to have had an injury of the brain or of the body. Maybe you're just depressed.
No, I would say that probably 60% of our client load is anxiety and depression and lack of confidence. A lot in teenagers and women right now. And I'm not saying that men aren't feeling it. They might not be seeking help like others are.
Yeah, that's a man thing.
Yeah,
and I mean, I've go get some help.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Especially, number one, go get help for yourself and your own mental and emotional well-being. Number two, and I don't know how else to say it because I don't want to minimize the individual, because a singular person is you can't put a value
exactly
on a person. But if you're a man and you have a wife and children or people that depend on you, go get some help.
Yeah. I mean, we all need a little support every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can't take care of yourself, eventually you're not gonna be able to take care of the people that need you to take care of them.
It's very true. And when you're in that depression, it's really hard to see outside of yourself. It's hard to see the forest for the trees.
Yes, it
You're
is.
just feeling anxiety and depression and put my head down and go every day. It's hard to get your head up and go, hey, can anyone see me? I need some help here. That's a hard spot to be.
It is. Well, you have to. It's a hard spot to be in. It's a pride problem, like not wanting to admit that you need help.
Yeah.
It makes you feel weak.
Yeah. A lot of us are raised that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But admitting you need help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
No.
In my opinion.
But we're just starting to turn the tides on that, I feel like, where people can say, I'm not doing well, and not feel shame attached to that. I think we're just starting to feel what that's going to feel like. I mean, I see it. I can't speak for the world. I see that at Wild Hearts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my whole take on it is simply this: like, if I was sick, I would go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Right. If I was having spiritual problems, I'd talk to my pastor. If I had needed some financial help, I'd talk to a financial advisor. If I'm emotionally upset and I don't know how to handle it, why wouldn't you talk to a therapist? Like, it's just
shame.
Yeah, but why don't we have shame about all the other things?
It's the way we've been doing things for so long. I mean, it's wild. It is, if you really think about it and put it in the terms you just did, it's wild that people think, well, if I need to seek help for my mental challenges, I feel shame about that. I mean, that's still something that I work through, and I work in this business. It's just, I think it is collectively, as a collective conscious of the world, it's something we're all kind of trying to work through right now.
Well, nearly everything that happens in life is a mental challenge.
Yes. Right?
Like, it is.
Yeah.
Not like, obviously there are things that are physical challenges. If you are, if you're in the gym and you want to get up to bench X amount of pounds or pick your exercise, yeah, that's a physical challenge. But there's a mental challenge to get there. Am I willing to put in the work and the grind and get up every day and go to the gym? Everything is mental.
Yeah.
You will win or lose in this life based on the battle that takes place between your ears.
Yeah, for sure. Our brains are pretty dang important, but it doesn't always start there. And part of the challenge, again, just my experiences, that we kind of face in humanity is that we start with the brain, but it doesn't really start there. It starts with our body and what's going on physiologically and how we're used to carrying tension and what's going on with our back and how does our knee feel, and all of that adds. I mean, if we're walking around not breathing, which a lot of us aren't, or we're breathing so shallowly that, I mean, we're putting ourselves into fight or flight without even knowing it, and that's affecting our brain. So we've got to start here, deep breaths, smoking this damn cigar that I keep putting out, but nice deep breaths into our lungs, letting the tension go out, and then that can start to change what's going on in your brain, which is kind of what brings us back to horses, that they help do that piece. They help, it's bottom up instead of top down.
How does I'm just super interested in some of the things you've said and you're talking about people coming to Wild Hearts that have, whether it's depression or anxiety, but you also said low confidence.
Yeah.
So how do you work with horses and this person to help their confidence?
Consistency and trust. So if we know that we can depend on a thing every single week, we can depend on the same team of people and the same horse and ourselves, and we get to go and do this thing for 45 minutes every single week, and we feel differently every time, that starts to build something. It starts to build confidence in the people around you, starts to build confidence in your abilities. And then before you know it, you've got some more confidence in yourself. And that can start over time. That can start to bleed out into the rest of your life. It's just consistency and trust and connection are so important, or a little underrated, I'd say. But we need all that in our lives so that we can feel secure and safe. And then we can get confident because we have the space to do so.
Yeah, like the consistency, really, if you think about it, that this person, doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what else happens in my life. I know that this person at this day, at this time is going to be there for me.
And only for me. So that's a really important piece, is that, so we're a horse first client led facility, which just means if it's not good for the horse, we're not doing it. And we're going to work with whatever client gets out of the car that day. So I don't care what you could do last week. Maybe you're cantering around the arena last week, but this week you are so down that all you can do is go stand with your horse in the pasture. You're going to have the same people around you, and they're going to support you in the exact same way. And that 45 minutes is yours. So when we have a lot of kids that come in, and, you know, every parent has to work now. It's not that you've got your mom or your dad are home with you, or they can pick you up, or we're all running around like crazy trying to get stuff done and trying to make the money that we need to survive. And then the kids are like, oh, I'm here and I'm and it's not really about the person. When you're at Wild Hearts, it's about you. That 45 minutes is yours. We have some people that they don't want to do anything with the horses. They want to go play ball with our volunteer Tom and our facilitator Jenny. And so that's what they do. But we're on the farm and we're around horses. We've got kids that want to go walk the nature trails and build flower crowns. Okay, if that's what you want to do, this 45 minutes is yours. That's what we're going to do. And you know that you can depend on having the people here to do that with you. Super key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Where does, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, but where does equestrian therapy begin, like in history, and why?
That is a super good question, and I don't know the answer. I know that what is called PATH today, which is a professional association of therapeutic horsemen, that they're a huge organization that do certifications and whatnot. They started out in the 70s as NARA, National Association for Handicapped Riders, something. I can't remember totally. But that is my knowledge of the history of equine therapy, is that it used to be NARA and then it became PATH, and I think it started in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Like I said, well, I sent you a lot of stuff beforehand, but just sometimes the conversation just goes where it goes.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it.
Well, have you done any reading or studying in like the relationships that the Native Americans had with their horses and how they?
A little bit. There's a lot of misinformation out there that tries to come off as, yes, this is what we did. So honestly, I don't read a lot of horse books.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, oh God, they feel like head trash to me. So everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got a different way of doing things. Everybody has a different idea of how they got there and how you need to do it. And I'm just not interested in everybody else's opinion about it. So I don't read it. Now, if I meet someone that feels really genuine to me and authentic, and I get to know them, and then they share this thing with me, yes, I'm going to listen.
Well, that's a much more trusted source.
Yeah, right.
Like you spent time with this person.
Right.
They're not like either full of crap or full of themselves.
Right.
They're just, you can trust that source.
Yeah, and I can trust my gut with it. If I'm reading it out of a book, so no, I have not done a lot of research.
I didn't know if that was even a thing or if it was out there.
I bet it is.
It seemed to be, a question worth asking.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Every question's worth asking.
This is unrelated, but it just popped in my head. You've got to be a fan of Westerns.
I do love a good Western.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was going to have to end the show.
Godless was my favorite. I loved that Western.
I didn't see that.
Oh, dude. All right, show's over.
Well, see you next time.
So
I've watched a lot of like John Wayne,
yeah,
Clint Eastwood, like 310 to Yuma.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is what's the name of it? It's got Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner in it. It's Open Range.
I don't even know if I've seen it. Okay, I'll add it to my list. Yeah, show's over.
It's done.
I'll add it to my list.
It's amazing.
I love a great Western.
Yeah, so Open Range is about this, I don't know, I think the guy's Scottish or Irish or whatever he is, and he moves to America, and he's a cattle baron, and he has his land. He basically runs the town because he's so rich. He owns the sheriff, and
this is actually sounding familiar.
Yeah,
and then there's a sheep farmer.
That's Yeah, that's Costner and Duvall. They're like bringing their sheep through, and
yes.
So you have seen it?
I have seen it.
Amazing movie.
It's great.
But anywho, I don't know how we wound up on that.
No, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. So we don't really know the origins of equine therapy. Of course, that doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, you know what you're doing. But you're why do horses in particular excel at this kind of thing versus dogs or I don't know what other animal you would use.
Yeah, right.
Mammal, a cat. That's not going to work.
No,
Cats
I would never ask a cat to be a therapist. Some people will disagree with that, I'm sure. So I have theories. Horses are accessible. I mean, they're here, right? And then truly, and they are willing to partner with us. So I think throughout history, we that was a thing that we just did. we couldn't do things without horses. I mean,
Yeah.
wars were won on the backs of horses.
The horse is prepared against the day of battle.
Yes.
But safety is of the Lord.
What is that from? Tell me about this quote.
Oh, that's from the book of Proverbs.
Oh, well, okay. I won't know anything from
No, yeah, it's from the book of Proverbs. It's a
Okay.
great verse. There's a beautiful passage. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
There is a beautiful passage in the book of Job
Okay.
when the Lord's talking about, like, just, like, I've read it and teared up just because horses are majestic creatures.
They're pretty amazing.
They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And just, he's talking about how they, you know, they neigh and they paw, and the horses run into battle like they swallow up the earth, you know, and they're just.
That's pretty cool.
And I've been to some, like, you know, like fairs and 4-H stuff, and like seen some of the like absurdly large draft horses.
Oh, yeah, they're
that
massive.
are like, you stand next to it and you're like, I didn't realize a horse could be this big.
Yeah, they're like dinosaurs.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's wild.
Yeah.
But that's, I feel like because humanity and horses have been together, I don't know, probably not since the dawn of time, but for a very long time, we have been partnering with horses to help us get things done. And actually, I have a little bit of a theory that as we've gotten away from horses, you know, when we had to work with horses, we had no choice but to be present and aware. Like, in order to work with horses, you have to be present.
Yeah.
And you have to be aware.
Sure.
And over the last 100 years, we don't work with animals in that way anymore. And because we don't work with animals in that way anymore, we're not so present and we're not so aware. Our survival doesn't depend on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've really gotten away from that. So equine therapy brings us back to that. My theory is that long ago, that's what we all just did every single day.
Well, you had to.
You had to.
I mean, how are you going to plow a field without a horse?
Right.
How are you going to do anything?
You couldn't.
Without a horse.
You really couldn't. You couldn't do
You use
anything.
it to plow the field. You want to build your little cabin in the wood. So you got to cut down all these trees. You need a horse to pull it.
Got to go get your horses.
Right. You need, like, the horse-drawn carriages.
Yeah.
The military.
Yep. Everything.
I mean, you're right. Our society with the Industrial Revolution, of course, horses were still around and doing a lot. Even after the invention of the automobile, obviously things kind of phased out when it came to horses because of tractors and the internal combustible engine and all of that. But it's stuck around. It's very Americana. I mean, you talk about your car or your truck, we know how many horsepower it is.
Right. Yeah. Horses are, American horses sure do go together a lot. I mean,
100%.
Like 100%. I agree. But we've gotten away from the partnership piece. You know, now what can they win me? Can I get this blue ribbon? Can we jump high? Can I get this dressage test done?
Can I win the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, can I win the Kentucky Derby?
Can I sire this horse out?
Yes. How much money can I make with this horse? And before it wasn't like that. It was, we depended on each other for survival, and that has a different feel.
Well, your horse was your livelihood.
Absolutely.
That's why, like, being a horse thief will get you hanged.
That's right. And now it don't get you nothing. You can steal horses all day. I don't know if that's true.
Well, I don't really know anything about horses, but one of the things I do know is that we have a big problem with just the overabundance of wild horses.
Yeah.
And I don't know what.
Whew.
Yeah, look, I'm not the guy to talk to about this. Okay, don't send them to the Elmer's Glue Factory. Don't do that. You know, but like, I just know it's an issue.
There is a big issue with cattle ranchers and horses and
Here we are, open ranch.
And I mean that's exactly, it's all still there. And I don't know a ton about it. I'd say everyone's right and everyone's wrong. I mean, there's got to be a middle ground that we're not finding. And I wish we could do it differently, but I don't know what the answer is for that one.
Well, I had a conversation with my brother a while back, my little brother. We were talking about this issue. Like, going to get super riled up here, but like some of the laws in some of our country are just asinine to me. You see videos, because we live in a video society where everything is captured now, but people will steal your car out of your driveway in the night, and you like these guys will be yelling out like, don't come out, ain't worth losing your life over a car. But if I go out and shoot you in the face for stealing my car, then I'm in trouble. That's the equivalent of stealing a man's horse in the day. This is how I get to work.
Yeah.
And if I can't get to work, I can't provide for my wife and kids.
Yeah.
And I can't, and it's like, this stuff drives me freaking nuts.
Yeah. There are some chandles in society today, I would say.
There are, and I just want to freaking ride a horse and carry a long saber and go in and handle business.
I get it.
Clean things up.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's, yeah, I've ridden horses a few times, and it's always an experience.
Yeah.
A very good experience. So how do you said you're a horse trainer.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to train a horse?
Oh, God, I don't know that I've ever been asked that question. What does it mean to train a horse? I guess for me, it means finding what I need to do internally and then externally to help a horse understand what I'm asking of them, and then getting as clear as possible with that while doing as little as I can in order to convey the message, or as much as I need to, and having everyone feel okay about it at the end of the day, and then doing it again the next day.
Just, yeah, I mean, it's I need this horse to perform X.
Yes. And then where do I need to break it down so that the understanding is there? Is my nervous system set up today in order to work through any questions that the horse may have?
Is he going to sense that? If you're out of whack and you approach him, he's going to know.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Horses, I'd say domestic horses today, a lot of times, I don't want to generalize. I have met a lot of domestic horses today that have learned that their awareness of their surroundings is no longer beneficial. Meaning, if they feel that you are dysregulated and you're doing too much and you're tone deaf about the way you need to behave, it's better for them to just shut down than it is for them to say a thing and then get reprimanded for it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I can go there after the show.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yes, horses always notice.
To be honest, I won't go there. It sounds like the response of a husband who has a nagging wife.
I mean, yeah, there's too much.
He's just going to shut down.
Or vice versa.
Or a wife has an overbearing husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, here we go again. You're not worth the trouble. So I'll just I'll just take my beating verbally,
right,
and then I'm done. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off to Tahiti in my head. We're, as a species, we can be a little tone deaf about how we might enter a room, and walking into the space of a horse, we need to have some awareness of what we're offering.
Yeah.
So that what we get back is what we're looking for, essentially. Yeah.
So what do you train horses to do? Like, what is, obviously there are various trainers for various things.
Yeah.
What do you specialize in?
So that's always a question about like, well, what discipline do you do? Whatever is needed. Because they're all the same.
Are they?
Yeah, pretty much. They're called different things, but the movements are typically the same, and the desired outcome is usually the same. So the kind of work that I do, and it is not work that I came up with, or it is work that I practice daily that was taught to me by my mentor Mark Rashid, and I continue to learn. It's a practice. It's not something that I'm just all of a sudden going to get one day and be like, oh great, I'm there, I've got it. But it is just helping to clear things up and soften things so that we can get whatever it is that the job is, so we can get it done in a nice, kind way with clear, consistent communication, and we can all feel good at the end of the day, no matter what it is.
I'm always mystified at watching you might see some old video or even recent video of like these military horses, and they're in their garb, they've been decorated, and they're doing like the prancing thing. And I'm like, how in the freaking heck do you get a horse to do that?
Well, you start with teaching it to stand still. And then everything's titrated, it's what do we need to do in order, where does it start? It starts at A so that you can get to Z, but you've got to hit every letter and likely all of the things in between the letters to make it look like you want it to at Z.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it is. I love it. I can really geek out over it.
Yeah, no, I just like that's because they're so graceful when they do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how I don't know how you get a horse to walk like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be curious to
set it up and then get out of their way, essentially. I mean, they do it on their own out in the pasture, If you've got two stallions working around one another, they're often doing the movement that you're talking about. They can do it on their own. So if we can convey that that's what we're looking for, usually we just need to get out of their way, and then they'll just get it done for us.
Huh.
We just like to overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I just like, how do they know that this is what I want you to, like, they will do it naturally, like you said. But if we are now, we're in this certain parade for this certain thing, and I need my horse to do this.
Right.
How does he know I want him to do this?
Well, if we've set it up right and we've worked with them in the way that, we're talking about here, then they feel it inside of you. They feel what you're asking based on what you've got going on in your body. This is getting really esoteric, and I'm sorry, but
no,
there is a feeling in everything that we do that goes through our body. And if we have taught our horses to be sensitive and in tune, which means we're not teaching them, we're maintaining what they were already born with instead of shutting it down, then they feel what you're asking them to do, and they're just going to do it. There is no, like, okay, we need to do this, and then we need to do that, and then you put your leg back here.
There's no command, verbally?
Not
like you would do with a dog?
Not if you've set it all up in the way, and I'm not saying I'm there.
Yeah.
But it is, horsemanship can be energetic, but you've got, and I don't mean like energetic, like, woo, although it can be, it's based in energy. I mean, look at a flock of birds, a herd of horses. One horse doesn't turn to the other one and go, hey, we're about to run. You should go. They just all go.
They just all sense that we're about to run, and so here we go.
They all go. Hey, are you turning left back there? We got to turn left. They don't do. We are turning left.
It's interesting. You see a flock of birds or a herd of horses or whatever, they all just kind of operate in unison. It's like everybody knows what everybody else is about to do, and so they do it.
But we can do that too. We just lose it throughout our lives. But it's still in there. I mean, look at a dance hall. Really good dancers. They're not running into each other.
That's true. Like if you watch some of the like the salsa dancers and competitions, like they don't a lot of what they do, like obviously they've been dancing a long time and they know the moves,
technique,
right? But you put them together and it's not like they choreograph this thing. They know what their partner's doing and is about to do, and they do their thing.
The nervous system. That's where it all starts. That's the magic. The magic that this is just how I feel about it. The magic that we see in horses, that we feel in horses, there is stuff we don't know, and to me, science is magic, and magic is science. It's incredible.
The dark science.
Yes, the dark science is so mystical, witchcraft. But it is all the same thing. It's all just our nervous systems and awareness. That's what we're all. If we would just quit with all this other crap that we do, then we'd all be there all the time. We lose it. That's why horses really can gravitate towards kids. They've still got that. It's still there.
They're not polluted.
They haven't doled it out. Yeah, they're aware. And a lot of times we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you break horses?
I start horses under saddle.
What does that mean?
Well, breaking is just kind of a term that, they used to really break horses. I mean, they used to work them in a way that it took the horse out of the horse.
Okay.
In order to, all right, we got to ride and go do this thing. So I start horses under saddle, and I think a lot of people hopefully have gotten away from the way they used to do it. And
okay, I still don't understand what that terminology means. When you get I'm imagining in my head, because I don't know anything about this world that you live in, like, are you getting a totally wild horse?
Sometimes. I just sent 2 Mustangs home that they weren't totally wild, but they were born out on the range, gathered when they were, I think it was 2. Both of them, same area. I called them brothers, but I don't know that they were actually brothers. And they learned kind of how to be haltered and how to pick their feet up, but that was it. And they didn't really understand either one of those things when they came in. And so we worked together for 6 months to help them feel better about humans than doing all the things that humans would have asked them to do. And then they went home, and then they'll be back next year to start under saddle.
Yeah, meaning somebody can ride them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Now I'm tracking.
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's it. We'll see. My idea is just probably what your average current American
For sure.
idea is. Like, I don't know, like, our idea is watching, Yellowstone or something, and they've got this horse in a ring, and he's riding around, and they're breaking the horse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't even know if that's just the movies or what's real. Like,
it's kind of TV, but
so people
do that.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably
so how do you take?
Practice.
Yeah, well, how do you take a horse that is not conditioned? Like you said, he's born in the pasture.
Mm-hmm.
His owner wants him to, he's got a 2-year-old daughter, and he wants this horse to be her horse. And whenever she's 5 years old, I want her to be able to ride her horse. And so, like, you take this horse that is new to the world, and we need to condition it to humans and get it ready to be accepting of someone on its back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess in my mind, that would constitute what it means to break.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that correct?
The reason we've gotten away from that terminology is the connotation it puts in our body when for me, when we're doing something, because words matter, right?
I'm a big stickler.
No surprise.
My wife and I have had some conversations about this.
Words matter.
I can be kind of anal.
Yeah.
About
they matter. So what we put out there is what we're going to end up doing. So if I say I'm going to go break this horse, honestly, even saying it kind of puts tension in my body. And then I'm starting with tension while I'm offering something that I want to be soft to this horse.
I think my lights just flickered.
Okay, so you got it. So it really matters if I'm going to be working with a horse, and let's say I am going to be working with him for 3 years. It's consistency and trust and clarity and communication.
Okay. So what kind of terminology do you use to describe that process? We obviously we don't want the horse to not be the horse. He's a horse.
Yep.
Should be a horse. So like what would you call that?
Starting under saddle. Because you're giving them a start. You are starting them with humanity. Here we go. Here is your foundational aspect. We are in preschool. We're going to learn our ABCs. And then after we learn our ABCs, which might take a couple years for a young horse. I mean, their attention span's 15, 20 minutes. For a 2-year-old, you shouldn't be working with them all day. So, well, on the same thing. So after we learn our ABCs, after we learn how to get haltered and stand tied, then we need to learn how to, maybe we need to learn how to go nicely in a circle. We need to learn what walk looks like. How does it feel when I ask you to walk in a circle to the left? Okay, all right, now we've got that. That might have taken a couple weeks. Can we go to the right? All right, now we've got the right. Good job. Now can we go back to the left? Can we add a trot? Okay, great. I mean, it's slow. I tell people, if people want to watch me train horses, I'm like, hope you like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no rodeo. And if there's rodeo, either A, I'm not doing it the way I need to be doing it. I've had a bad day. I mess up all the time. Or B, there's some stuff in that horse that we need to work through, and they need to move. They need to do the thing that they're doing, whether it's rearing or bucking or running, in order to get to the other side of that in their nervous system.
Do you like rodeos?
Nope. And people ask me to go all the time, and I don't like rodeos. No offense to anybody that does rodeos. If you like rodeos, that's fantastic. I hope you do it in a way that honors your horse. Because anything can be done in a good way for horse and human. No discipline is wrong. It's how are we doing it that matters.
Do you like zoos?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Nor do I like aquariums.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't feel good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want to be put in a cage and limited.
I mean, these are sentient beings. Like horses, oh God, a horse in a stall all the time breaks my heart. I mean, the negative impacts on that horse are far-reaching and can sometimes not go away. Horses need their families. They need their herds. They need to do mutual grooming. They need to feel safe, and nobody feels safe or heard or stimulated in a 12-by-12 stall all day.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Not a big fan.
So, when you're taking a new horse and you're starting to get them under saddle.
Yep. Good job.
Thanks. What does the first day like? Like I just want to walk up to this horse and introduce myself.
I might not go all the way up.
Yeah.
Depends on the horse. There are some horses that, let's say they're in a pen. I mean, they might acknowledge my presence when I'm 50 feet outside of it, and that might be enough for that horse.
Yeah.
So listening is key. Like we're having a conversation. Horses are trying to conversate with us too. We've just got to be quiet so we can hear them. And being heard is really important, I think, for everybody, really. And so I need to make sure that I'm hearing that horse. And if it says, whoa, 50 feet is enough for me today, okay, well, that's where I'm going to stop. And that's where the conversation starts, is at 50 feet away. And then the next day, well, did we build a little rapport? Do you trust me a little bit more? Am I doing the thing that helps you feel safe? I don't know. Okay, well, let's be at 50 feet again until I can find where that's at, and then maybe I can get a little closer. And then you have other horses that they feel fine. They've had great histories, and they just need to learn a thing. And you walk in, and you can feel the difference. And okay, well, this is going all right. Now we can go ahead and halter and start doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends. Everything depends.
Yeah. So if you have that horse that at 50 feet, you know that that's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you go out I don't know, a couple times that day and just trying, and then you get to the next day.
Yeah.
Like, what are you looking for from this horse? And after talking to you, I get the sense that there is some sensing there. It's not just about sight. There's a lot of energy going on, kind of a thing. What are you looking for from this horse that says, okay, I think I can get to 30 feet?
Okay.
Where he says, yeah, okay, come on a little more.
That's a good question. Visually, is there tension in the horse's body? So is the head straight up? Are the eyes big? Is everything kind of like erect, very tight? That's a sign that that horse doesn't feel too great. They're on high alert. What I'm looking for is, has their head come down a bit? Are they licking and chewing? Are they blinking, yawning, shaking, rolling? All the things that they would do that would toggle their nervous system back into a more parasympathetic frame. And I want to work in that framework. So we're working in the framework of the nervous system, toggling it back and forth. And I'm looking for it to toggle into parasympathetic to let me know that this is feeling a little bit better for them and that we could continue on this path. If they're staying in sympathetic, well, I need to adjust something. There's something that I'm doing that is not working for this horse, and I've got to figure out what it is so that we can get back on track.
Mm-hmm. Did you train all the horses that are at Wild Hearts?
I did. Yeah, I did. And there are almost 50. Not all of them from the get-go. Most of them come to us with histories. So that, we've all got a history. Yeah. Some of them more checkered than others. And some horses we have, they can start in the program within like 3 to 6 months. They come in, they've had a great life, and they're like, yeah, I can do this next thing. That's great. Some of them come in and it's years before they can work in the program.
Yeah.
It just depends. Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want to take a quick break and grab some bourbon?
I would love to grab some bourbon.
All right. We'll be right back. All right. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
We're back with Poured Up. Let's see, you went for the Old Forester. That's Old Forester single barrel.
Yeah,
barrel
thank you.
strength. Yeah, I went for something a little lighter. I've got to drive here in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
What'd you go with?
I went for the Appleton Estate Rum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I recorded an episode yesterday, and post-recording, the guys hung out for a while, and we kind of
tied one on a little bit.
Time went on, and they showed up at 6, and they left at 12:30.
Oh, damn!
So we just kind of
that sounds like a blast.
Had a few drinks, had a few couple of extra smokes, and just talked business and all kinds. By the way, I told them that I was gonna shoot you there. You should connect with them.
Yeah,
to help for the exposure.
Yeah, for sure.
Wild Hearts. So this is Upstate Community Press.
Okay, that sounds great.
And they do all kinds of features on founders and local business. Do through website, through social media. They're developing their own podcast. But I'm like, look, guys, I'm interviewing this lady, Jessica Fry, tomorrow, and she has a business unlike any other in the Upstate that is super unique, doing really good work.
Yeah.
And you should feature her.
Yeah, I would love to talk to him.
So I'll get you connected.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. And how is Wild Hearts growing do you need the exposure?
Oh my God. So we started in 2014, got our nonprofit in 2015. I was the only facilitator. Facilitator is the person that leads the session, essentially, kind of in charge of the session. And we had, I think, 3 volunteers, 5 horses. We are 11 years later, and we've got 11 facilitators. I train the facilitators now. I don't facilitate. 50 horses. 70 volunteers. We had 1 client in 2015. We have over 100 per week clients. We work with multiple school groups, veterans, first responders, the trafficked women's groups, men and women getting out of jail. I mean, I won't say we don't need the exposure because we're a nonprofit and we always need funding.
Yeah.
Always need funding. And we will always take clients, but we have like a wait list for riding clients right now. And I mean, we're pretty, it's extraordinarily busy.
Well, that's good though.
It is.
I mean, but it is stressful.
Yeah. I love it. It is my dream. And in everything, there is an opposite side.
Yeah.
And it is no different with this.
You might have said this, but I just want to cover it again. Maybe I missed it. But I just want to make sure that the people watching understand everything that is available to them at Wild Hearts. So, yeah, what can people get there?
So we offer speech and feeding therapy, trauma and art counseling. So we do like art therapy. Yeah. And we do art therapy with the horses, which is pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have, if you walk around the farm, you will find multiple horses with vibrant drawings on them. So they hang out and these kids like draw pictures or what they're feeling, or most of the time it's just how much they love the horse they're working with. And there's all these like notes of affirmation on their horses. It's quite beautiful. I love it. And then we also offer occupational therapy. We are in the process of building a sensory room for people that they don't want to work with horses that day, or maybe they need to do occupational therapy in the sensory room before they go work with their horses in order to get the most out of the equine therapy that they're doing. But yeah, we offer a lot. We do internships. We partner with Clemson on a number of things. We have corporations out. We do team building. There's a lot.
Yeah. That you sound like you've got a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Oh, it's good though.
It's
That's
amazing.
exciting. So what does I know you said you're a nonprofit, so Wild Hearts is always in need of funding.
Always. We're a nonprofit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beyond the funding though, what do you need?
People. We always need more volunteers. I mean, we need funding because we need to, I would love to pay our staff better. I would love to, we really need a development officer. Oh my gosh, do we need a development officer? Someone that is interested in running the gala and doing our fundraising events. That would be huge. So we need people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you need cigars at any of your events and fundraising and galas, I know a guy.
Dude, we're going to talk about that. Seriously, yeah. I've already thought about that. That's part of I'm always thinking about how can we help Wild Hearts.
So you need a development. What did you call it?
Development officer. I'm not
head of development.
Corporate.
I mean,
exactly.
I just need somebody to develop this stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly. That's exactly it. I need somebody to meet people, feel okay asking them for money, bring them out to the farm.
Yeah.
Same with corporations, and run our events. That's where we're at right now. Right now, we're all doing that, and it's going great. We have phenomenal people. There is not enough good I can say about the women and men that I get the privilege to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They are the most incredible humans on earth, truly. And we always need more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I feel like we've kind of rounded out Wild Hearts and what it is, what's on offer, and we talked about horses and training, and I could ask a lot more questions, but the other thing about this show is I like to discover who Jessica Fry is.
Okay, let's dig in.
Yeah, is this a box that Pandora would not want to open?
Oh God, yeah. All right, get ready.
No, but seriously, like, you described yourself to me as a Navy brat, wild child, grew up all over the world.
Yep. Yes. You want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So my mom and dad were in the Navy. They met in Scotland in 1980. And, well, I think they met in 79. Anyways, I was born in 81 in Scotland. And then from that time, we moved every 3 years. So the longest we ever lived anywhere was we lived in Texas for 4 years.
Let's go.
San Angelo, if anybody knows.
San Angelo, that's where Greg Maddox is from.
Okay, there you go.
Snangelo.
No idea, but
yeah.
Yes. And I loved that life. I mean,
the traveling, moving,
God, yeah.
Moving is Satan. I hate it.
Oh, I loved it. It was also all I knew.
That's fair.
But I mean, that is what every 3 years we picked up. I mean, it's just what we did.
Yeah.
And we moved everywhere. And when we lived in Spain, we moved to Spain in 92. Yeah.
I want to go. That's
right?
on my bucket list of places to go.
You have to go. It is amazing. It is my favorite place.
Yeah.
And they have the best food.
I have been to Scotland. I love.
Okay.
I like, if I could have any accent.
Yeah, it'd be Scottish.
It'd be 100% Scottish.
We wouldn't be able to conversate here because that is a thick accent that's hard to understand.
It depends. You know, there's variations.
Yeah, there are variations.
I'm interviewing a guy in a few weeks who's from South Africa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
We'll see. I noticed you got some tats.
Yeah, I do.
I really like that.
Thank you very much. It's all my boys' birth flowers.
It's very well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Same people did them both. This is a love letter to my husband.
What does it say?
Or
is it an SFW?
No, it's not. We're all just sweet. We love the swallows that come and kind of wander around our farm, and we love to watch them. So it's 2 swallows, and then wild roses are just my favorite thing that grows all over the farm. And so we've got those to represent the 5 members of our family, and we love to be outdoors and fly fish and travel and go on adventures together. And so that's what this represents. And then this is the birth flowers of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy named Armand, he owns House of Holland Tattoos.
Okay.
Somewhere locally. I'm not sure exactly where he's at. And he's trying to immigrate from, he was here, then got deported, and now he's working to come back. But he owns a tattoo shop here. And that's that whole leap right there.
Okay.
I started off on Scotland, and I love it, and was in Edinburgh.
That's where I was born.
Like, the architecture blows my mind to see that. Anyway, this is not about world travel. For me, it's not about accents or tattoos. So you loved the moving, and we got to Spain.
Yeah, and that's where I started not liking the moving, because Spain was amazing, and there is a lot of freedom in Spain for a young person. So I moved there when I'm 11. I find they have this stable on the base, and I'm just there all the time. I'm at that barn working with horses there for 3 years. That's what I did. But I also, because there's a lot of freedom there and no drinking age, was pretty wild. And my parents were partying all the time. And I mean, you eat dinner at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you don't come home till 3 in the morning. And that's just Spain. I mean, that's what it is. And
I definitely need to go visit.
Oh, it's incredible. And I mean, I'm talking Spain in the 90s. Yeah. So I don't know what it is now, right? But Spain in the 90s, that was it. And so I had a lot of freedom as a young teenager, wandering around, going to bars, hanging out with my friends, walking to the base, barely seeing my parents. I mean,
that's a recipe for trouble.
Oh, it was awesome. I loved it. But I always had my horses. So I had something grounding me. I wouldn't ever do anything that would get in the way of me going to the stables. I was going to the barn. So when we moved back to the States, we moved to Panhandle of Florida, Pensacola, NAS, and we lived in the country, and all of that freedom
vanished.
Gone. And I lost my shit. 14-year-old Jessica did not appreciate not being able to do everything that I wanted to do. And I kind of went off the deep end a little bit. I mean, I was partying all the time, and I was a soccer player. So, I mean, that's what they do. And I didn't go to school as often as I should have. And I mean, I was a wild child. And I am sorry, Mom and Dad, you did a great job getting through that. You know, it was a pretty rough time, I'm sure, for them. I didn't notice until, you know, honestly, probably in my 40s, how rough that likely was for them. But it was a good time for me. I had a good time.
Well, so it sounds like Spain is the place where horses enter the life of Jessica Frey.
Yeah, I wanted them since I was like 2. I mean, since I could talk, I wanted horses. I'm just born that way. I have no idea where it came from. And all that just kind of, you know, when we left Spain, I didn't have any of that anymore. We found a horse for me to ride, but it wasn't the same. I couldn't be there all the time, and I didn't understand why I couldn't walk everywhere, and I didn't have my driver's license yet, and the school was so different, and it was kind of, you know, I'd never heard like racial slurs before, ever. And then now I'm in the panhandle of Florida with all these kids that didn't grow up on DOD schools, Department of Defense schools, and it's like everywhere, and it felt not good. And yeah, I really acted out. I partied a lot. I had a lot of good quality fun.
Well, yeah, but it's like what you said earlier. So in Spain, they had stables on the base.
On the base, and I would go there every day after school.
But you said you weren't going to do anything that would basically compromise your ability to hang out with these horses.
Sure.
And you get to the U.S. and there's no horses.
Not really.
And so, pun intended, but the reins are now just
wild
off. Yeah, it's wild. I don't have anything for your 14-year-old self. There's no incentive. You've already taken away my horses, so now give a shit.
Yeah, I was not a grounded young person. I was I need to get out and do a thing. Like, it was very important to me to go, to do a thing, to be independent. And I was not able to do those things when I moved back to the States. And that, it just did not sit well with me. And I had consequences of my behavior. I mean, pregnant at 18, had a baby, got married. I mean, all the things. Now, it's the best damn kid ever, but yeah, it was not an easy life that I gave to myself. But I love that I did it, because I think it makes me better at what I do now.
Is Wild Hearts, I mean, that's where it all comes from, like the name?
Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, the movie from the 90s if you didn't see it, please do.
I have not seen it.
It's incredible. There are people out there that are going, oh my God, I knew that's why she named it Wild Hearts. But that movie meant a lot to me as an 11-year-old. The reason I started Wild Hearts was, you know, trauma that happened when I was a young person that I'm not going to go into, but people aren't stupid. And then, and wanting to, and knowing that horses helped me through that, and that good people helped me through that with horses. And then it being a real calling, like, I don't have a choice. I have to give this back to the world. There was opportunity given to me. There was possibility given to me. I was a lost soul, and through good people, I was able to come out of that, and it is my responsibility to make sure that the world gets that back from me. And I will never quit.
Yeah.
It's really important to me.
you said, obviously, consequences for choices.
Yeah.
You find yourself at pregnant at 18.
Yep. December 7th, 1999.
There it is.
Yep. I'll never forget.
Yeah. And so what did that do to you?
It honestly, it grounded me. Because I was, if I wouldn't have gotten pregnant with Ethan, likely I would have ended up dead, truly. Or just a shit person, honestly. I mean, and there's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not, it was not good. So when I found out I was pregnant, I immediately was like, okay, I'm going to be a mom. The drinking stops, the smoking cigarettes stops, the doing whatever else I was doing, that's all done. I don't do any of that anymore. I'm going to be a mom. And I told my mom and, told my boyfriend, who then became my first husband at the time. And then we all told my dad, and I have pretty awesome parents. Whereas maybe some people wouldn't have been so lucky. My parents were incredibly supportive. Incredibly. And they would have supported any decision I made. And my mom asked me, is this are you going to keep the baby? Absolutely, I am. And then I quit doing all the things and I focused on I was going to be a mom.
Yeah. I've had that conversation with my sons and my daughters, and I told them, and is often thrown around, probably in our current culture with parents and their sons, their daughters, like you get a girl pregnant when you're 17, 16, 18. It's a great way to ruin your life. And I told them, I didn't want to use that language.
Right.
I told them it doesn't ruin your life. Children are a blessing. I said, but you will greatly complicate your life.
It sure as hell changes things.
Much earlier than you need to.
Right.
And I love all my children, but let's just face it, children, you can have a stable job and you could be married for 3 or 4 or 5 years before you have kids, whatever it is, you can have the right income. Children, they just complicate it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you're 17, 18, and you don't have jack crap figured out about life and how things work and who you are and what you want, and you throw a baby in that mix, you have really just hamstrung yourself.
And then a marriage.
At
19 should get married. I mean, maybe they're out there. But we were kids.
Yeah.
We knew nothing. And we just went and we're like, okay, now we're grown-ups. I mean, and he joined the Air Force. Like, we didn't just have a baby. We got married. He went to basic training. I went down to tech school, lived in Biloxi, Mississippi, which, no offense if you're from Biloxi. I mean, my oldest was born there, but it's not the prettiest place on earth. And it's real hot in August when my son was born. And then we're moving to Oklahoma and Italy, and we have no family. And now I'm 20 and I have a toddler and we live in Italy, and they didn't even have cell phones back then. Like, I didn't even have a car. I mean, boy, you're gonna grow up. You're gonna go through some things. You're gonna figure some stuff out, which I appreciate. But yeah, it was complicated and it was hard, and I think it made me hard. It made me a hard person, I think, to live with for a long, long time. Yeah.
Well, what did you figure out?
Well, I didn't then.
Well, you just made the statement that
Right.
you're going to figure some stuff out. So here's Jessica Fry going through the meat grinder of her own choices.
Yeah.
And I'm now in Italy. I got no car.
Yeah.
Cell phones aren't even a thing.
Yeah.
I've got a toddler. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. And you might not have figured anything out at that point. But now I'm 46. You're
Right.
2 years, you said you're
I'll be
47.
45. Yeah, I'll be 45 very soon.
Okay, yeah, so you're just barely behind me.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've learned a lot since we were 20.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So looking back,
Yeah.
did you figure out anything then, or has it taken you?
No, I did.
What did you figure out?
That I had to be the responsible human, and that it was on me, and that I figured out that the responsibility of the world in that time frame was mine. That's what it felt like. And so every decision I made mattered. Like, I have this child, and I'm the one that has to make sure we're okay. It is all on me. Now, whether that was true or not, it doesn't matter. That is what I figured out in that time. That I needed to do the things, and I needed to be responsible, and I needed to make sure that I was the mom. And, you know, my ex-husband, my husband at the time, he was going to school, and he was in the Air Force, so he was working on it. It was me. And so I figured out how to do things on my own, and a lot of things on my own, and to be comfortable in those situations.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for it, but it also, it made me, until my late 30s, I think it made me a real, not a pushy person, but this is the way we do a thing, and that's that. So this is what we need to do in order to get a job done. The end. Sorry you're tired. It doesn't matter. I was a hard ass. It's not the way I am now. And
So what changed?
Horsemanship. Horsemanship changed.
Because you can't, push a horse?
Yeah. I mean, you can try.
It's not going to end well?
You're probably going to get, there's going to be a lot of pushback.
It's a lot bigger than you.
Yeah, a lot bigger than you. It's not the way I want to go through the world. And Mark Rashin taught me that. So finding his work is what taught me that I just didn't know there was another way to be. And so my way of being and going through the world was to do what had to be done at all costs. I mean, I was a single mom for a while. It was really hard.
I mean, that's still true.
Yeah.
But you can do it
without tension.
In a different way.
Exactly. So it's all about how you do a thing. It's not about doing the thing. It's about how you do it. And the way I was parenting and being a partner and going through life. And I needed to do what I did then. I want to say that, we develop coping skills because they are helping us survive in the moment. So me going through life and the way I was going through it, and that's probably how I had to do it for a little while. But I didn't have to keep doing it. And I didn't know another way until I found this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you decide if you're going to relight,
look at me getting good at this.
There you go. Look at you. So the idea is basically, if I need to relight my cigar,
I need to relight the cherry, not the ash.
Well, you're going to have a hard, there is no cherry because it's gone out.
Oh. Touche.
Yeah, but I want to get as close to fresh tobacco as possible.
Okay.
Ash insulates against that flame.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so you just kind of roll or tap that off, and then
off I go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Time to light her up.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So at what point do you decide it's a good idea for me to become a nurse?
I've always had this feeling of service to the world. Like, I want to be of service. And I like trauma, and I like I like chaos. I like controlled chaos. I like triage. I like quick decisions. I want to do those things. Well, working as a nurse sounded like, this is going to be fantastic. I'll work
like an ER nurse?
Yeah, I'll work in the ER. What I wanted to do was go into, I would have done life flight if I would have continued on that course. So that's what got me saying I want to do this thing. I'm giving back and fulfilling this need I have of, let's do a thing.
Yeah.
Right. But it didn't end up that way. Almost right when I was done with nursing school, the farm started to take off. And so, I mean, I had 1 semester left and I said, that's not my path. It's this. And I make decisions very quickly. Once something feels like that's the path I need to go, I don't think about it very much. I just go that way.
So did you finish?
No, I never finished. But I became I was a medical assistant before then. So at the end of my name, M.A.
Well, you said you didn't have any initials at the end of the name.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't do it.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand the timeline here.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's totally fine. You've got, so when is the farm like a lifelong dream of Jessica Fry?
Yes. I decided I wanted to. I drew my equine therapy center when I was 11. It was just a farm. I drew the farm. But I drew when I was 11.
Kind of bought the farm.
Yeah.
Be careful.
And then, so when I was 15, I read this book called A Leg Up for Lucinda. It's just this tiny little book. And it was just about a young lady who had polio, and she went to a barn and she felt very, other. And then when she went to the barn, she could ride horses and she felt like she was a part of a thing. And I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to help people with horses and horses with people. I didn't know what that was until later in life, and I started training horses professionally in my 20s. Meanwhile, I still have a toddler and like another kid on the way, and I mean, this is all happening at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I've got lots of questions, and I'm trying to pay attention to the time.
I know.
Somewhere along the line, all right, you are married with a toddler. You're in Italy.
Yes. And then we have another baby.
Okay, so you have a second baby. How old are you then?
21 when Reese was born.
Okay. Obviously somewhere
22.
Somewhere along the line, a divorce happens.
Yep.
But
25.
you're also, okay, how old are you when you're in nursing school?
I started nursing school when I was 26.
But you start training horses you said in your early 20s.
Professionally in my 20s, but I mean, I'd been working with people's horses that were troubled since Maine. So since I was 12.
Okay, so the horses are just kind of always in the background.
I always knew I was going to do horses, and I never, ever was worried that wasn't going to be an option for me.
So why such a circuitous route?
Choices, man. I mean, I had to do other things in order to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
So you can't work 5 jobs and live in Greenville and work with horses. And there's not money in training horses. There's no money in that. That wasn't going to be something that I could support my kids with. And I will always do what I have to do before I do what I want to do. That's what most people probably do, I would assume.
Well, if you're going to eat.
If you're going to eat, if you're going to take care of your kids. So I did what I had to do. But I always knew that horses were a part of me and that I would have a horse farm. I'm a fairly confident human, and I knew that this was my path.
So where does Wild Hearts Equine Therapy begin? Obviously, we know it begins when you're 11.
Yeah.
But I mean, Where does it begin concretely?
In 2012, there is a song by John Craigie called Dissect the Bird. And it is about all the things that have to happen in the world for you to be born. It brings tears to my eyes to even think about it. It is a lovely song. And that the universe is not against you. It's for you in every step that you take. And so in 2012, our dog got shot All right, this is circuitous. Because we lived in a neighborhood in Easley. This is with my new husband. We had a baby, and I love my dog so much. My German Shepherd Cole, he's since passed. And so we were like, we need to find some land. This is not for us. Ethan, my husband, Mike, you probably know Mike. He's one of Craig's best friends from childhood. I guarantee y'all have met one another.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Maybe
I guarantee you have. And so I had met him. We moved to the neighborhood. My dog got shot. And Ethan, who was 12 at the time, we were like, we got to find land. We're walking through Bilo or Ingalls or something. Land and Home, the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
There's property on the cover out in Seneca. It's beautiful, little mountain view. He goes, well, what about that? Pick up the magazine. I look at it. I realize that probably 6 years before, when I was training horses off of Kiowee School Road in Ebenezer in Seneca, when the kids were really little, in Walhalla.
That's where my kids live with their mother.
Okay. Well, I lived in Walhalla for a time. I had
nothing there.
Well, it's getting bigger though. So I had driven past this property on Highway 24 and noticed it. And that always means something to me when something comes up again in my life. And so we went and looked at it, and I told Mike, it's about 40 minutes from work, but it's beautiful and it's economical at the time. And so with the help of my mom and dad and his mom and dad and us, we bought 32 acres.
Bless you. I would love to have just 5.
I know. I hear you. And so that is when it started.
Yeah.
That's when it became concrete.
Yeah. You seem to me, based on something you said, to be probably not polar opposite, but certainly standing in contrast to your younger self. You're currently desiring quiet and alone time.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Dude. We built our house in the middle of the farm. I don't put a ceiling on it. I've always thought it was limitless, but I don't think I understood the feeling of living in a fishbowl. And I mean, that's where I live right now. And so I live in the middle of the farm. There are people walking by every day. I cannot walk outside.
You live where you work.
I live where I work.
Oh.
And I'm the person.
Yeah.
So I can't walk, and I don't want people to think I'm complaining, because this is my dream and I love it. And everything needs balance. Mm-hmm. And so I'm seeking balance right now, because right now it is just, it's kind of tearing me down a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I need quiet. So we're actually building an 8-foot privacy fence around our house, like as we speak. They got one side up before I left.
Do you purposely try and find some time to make quiet?
There is no time right now. There's no time. I know that probably sounds like, well, there's choices and, but there is no time.
I mean, the only and I get it. I'm a busy guy, for different reasons, but I'm just busy. And the only way for me to have 30 minutes to myself, not necessarily for R&R, but if I wanted just that time to take for whether it's reflection or prayer or just to collect yourself, the only answer is, well, I've got to wake up 30 minutes earlier.
So I wake up at 4 a.m. to
I know,
get 2 hours. Because I need 2 hours in the morning. That's why I wake up at 4 a.m. Because it is the only time that's
you need X amount of hours of sleep.
Because
if you're not well rested, everything else, it eats at your body and eventually you crash out.
Dude, I'm not in a good place right now. Like I'm seeking it. Truly.
I need to be a little nervous in here.
No,
She's not in a good place.
not that kind
She's
of not good
nervous.
place.
Yeah.
Don't you better watch it, buddy. No, it's within myself. I am seeking balance and more harmony in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've sacrificed a lot and given a lot for Wild Hearts.
All right. Is it one thing for you to tell everybody, if you're stressed out of your head and depressed and full of anxiety, come hang out with these horses?
Yeah.
But you're with them all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Can you not, like, doesn't it work for you too?
It sure does. And that's why I can sit here and be okay. Because if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would be. But I don't get to just work with the horses.
Let's say, can you not take, there's no room for you just to have your hour with the horse and nobody bothers me.
No, that doesn't happen.
But that's what you need.
That's what I need. Yeah. But that doesn't happen because
Hello, 3 a.m.
Seriously, man. Because everybody's on the farm and I'm honored that people want to ask me questions and watch me work. Oh my God, if you would have told 16-year-old Jessica, people are going to say, Jess, can I hang out with you all day while you work horses? Can I watch you? I would have been like, whatever, that's never going to happen. No, that's what happens. And I'm like, because I need a minute right now. But I think that's the way of the world. I mean, you have to get out of balance in order to find balance. And so right now I'm just a little out of balance and I'm looking for balance. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding it. I feel good about the choices that we're making in order to help me find a little bit more peace.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and have a talk with 14-year-old Jessica, what would you tell her?
Everything's going to be fine.
That's such a simple answer.
But it's so true.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that Mark says is everything's going to be fine. Like I know that sounds silly, but I don't know that I ever understood it until he said it. It really is. Everything's going to be fine and everybody's always doing their best.
You know, after my wife had her brain aneurysm and stroke, and now our lives are forever changed. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a hard thing. Mm-hmm. It's emotionally devastating because she can't do her practice anymore. That was her passion and her joy and her love, and so it's just been stripped away from her, and it's brutal.
Yep.
But I told her, and I remember telling her at the time, and it's such a feeble statement to come out of my mouth, but it's like, everything's going to be okay. And I followed it up with, I don't know how, but it will be.
Right. Because she's here and you're here.
Yeah, I guess, And
if we're here and if we're trying, then everything really is going to be fine. I mean, what's the alternative?
It's not.
Right.
I've had people ask, and I've talked to other people who've had strokes, and I'm part of a stroke support group with her, and had a conversation with the guy sitting in this chair, and like, people want to, how do you go through this? Like, well, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, what do you
I go through it because I have to. Now, I have a certain perspective on how I decide to handle it and go through it, but it's not like I get to say, no, I'm just not doing that today.
Right.
Like, she needs me to take care of her every single day.
Right. Every day.
And so I do what I have to do,
Yeah. I understand.
And this moment right here with you or whoever else happens to be here, this is my horse therapy.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
Yeah. You do a good job at it.
Well, that's very kind. I hope you can find some time to get balance, whichever way that is.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I appreciate it.
I mean, as soon as you get that 8-foot private fence finished.
Oh, baby. I can feel it. I can feel it. To just be on my porch and not be able to see all of my work and all of the people passing by. Oh.
Put out the lounge chair, put on the bathing suit, take some sun.
Oh, my gosh.
Do just whatever it is you're going to do.
Yeah, it's going to feel amazing. And so we're taking steps.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking steps. It's getting there.
Sweet. Well, look, there's some stuff in here we didn't get to, and that's fine. I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
I talked a lot.
Well, you're supposed to. Yes.
It's a perfect thing for me.
Yeah. Well, look, you did great. You told me before the show that you just feel very uncomfortable talking about yourself.
Yeah.
But I could.
Yeah. Well, you do a good job. You ask good questions.
Right. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is there anything we didn't talk about that you want to touch on?
I don't know. I don't think so, except I just really want to say thank you for having me on.
It's a pleasure.
And I hope that it helped someone listening. And we're here if you need us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what if people do need you, and at some point in time you will?
Yeah.
What's the best way for people to get in touch with Wild Hearts?
They can go on our website, which is just wildheartsequinetherapy.org, nice and long. And WHETC was taken. And so wildheartsequinetherapy.org. And there are a few forms on there. So if you want to become a client, click on Become a Client. If you want to volunteer, click on Volunteer. You can also call 864-991-9163. I will not promise we will answer the phone because usually we are in a field, but we do our best.
Yeah. What's the social media handle?
Oh, yeah. We're on Instagram, Wild Hearts Equine Therapy, and we're on Facebook, same thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Thanks.
I've had such a good time learning about a bunch of stuff I had no clue about. Last question. Favorite color horse?
Favorite color horse? A Palomino and a buckskin.
Buckskin is my number one.
Hey, look
For a
at
long
you.
time, I fought between a buckskin and a painted horse.
Yeah.
I love paints.
Yeah, I do too. We got a couple.
A buckskin, just that nice, that golden brown with the dark tail and mane, and they're usually reserved for officers.
Yeah.
But they're just, God, they're so lovely.
My horse I have two horses, and one of them is Scout, and he is a buttermilk buckskin, which means he's a very light colored tan, and he's got a black mane and tail. Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he is beautiful.
So, well, look, this has been a pleasure. I appreciate you carving out a few hours to sit with me. And y'all check them out, wildheartsequinetherapy.org.
Yes, .org.
.org.
Yeah.
Give them a follow on social media at Wild Hearts Equine Therapy.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
All the things.
So I appreciate you watching and or listening to Sunday Afternoon Smokes.
Yeah.
If you like the show, the best thing you can do to help it is to give it a follow. But share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it on your socials, and share it with the world, because Sunday Afternoon Smokes is really sweet.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll see you soon.